Hey everyone, welcome back to the Dark Waters 9 YouTube channel. In today's video, we're diving into all types of mysterious TikToks and videos no one can explain. Hit that like and subscribe button and let's dive in. Scariest movie ever, Disclosure Day movie. Aliens is going to spook a lot of... Is that out already?
I keep telling y'all, these people are getting us ready for something, so you need to pay attention. Steven Spielberg's movie Disclosure Day, the movie about the UFOs, is dropping this Friday. And let me tell you this, you might not want to go see that movie. First and foremost, and Steven Spielberg said this himself, his new alien movie Disclosure Day will make Christians second guess their religion. And you got to ask yourself, why would he say something like that? What type of information does he have that'll make Christians second guess their religion? Listen to this shit. Listen to this shit.
Today's
It's about to be some scary shit. This shit is talking through her.
Do you understand what she's saying?
I hear it's gibberish. I can't understand it.
I can't.
It was a guy that reviewed the movie that said when he left out, he felt like something was following him. It was another guy that reviewed the movie that said he was sitting there watching the movie and he had to ask himself, am I crying? And he wasn't crying. He said he hasn't been that scared in a movie since he was a kid. People are also saying that it's crazy that he was spot on with these aliens in the movie. Meaning these aliens in the movie look too damn real. All I'm gonna say is, remember when a certain person mentioned P-47s and P-52s? And if you don't know what that means, I think you need to go back to a couple of my videos and see. A lot of people are going to be curious because of this movie right here. I'm out.
Oh, exactly what he's talking about. He's talking about them scientists. Did you guys see this movie or what? Is it worth the hype? Drop it in the comments below. No spoilers, please, for people that haven't seen it. I feel like it's the unseen, unspoken rule. At least that's what I thought. I don't think it's going to make me question anything because we know what's going on. We've been 10 toes down in this spiritual warfare. We already know about Project BB and these demon skin suits.
The footage was filmed in a forest in Oklahoma by a friend of the TikToker. It appears to be late fall or winter as the trees in the area seem to be bare of leaves. However, it's one tree in particular that's caught the attention of the hikers behind the camera. Take a look.
Somebody had to carve that face in the tree. Look, it's like he's looking right at you. How creepy is that? Alright, this next one gets a little strange. Did they find some plasma beings caught on film?
Copy that.
In that description by the crew, this is the tether in the satellite. The satellite with approximately 12 miles of tether still attached to it. Columbia and the satellite to now just pass.
I wonder if this is from that batch of UFO files that they recently released. It looks like it's something underwater, doesn't it? And they're saying like he's tethered, like he's out tethered in space. You've seen the Kong vs. Godzilla movie, then you got a glimpse of what Hollow Earth could look like. Let's dive a little bit deeper into that and see what people are saying.
The inner Earth people have built these androids that fly their flying saucers out to reconnoiter outer Earth. There are tunnels throughout the Earth that have been discovered, probably built by the antediluvian people that were quite advanced in the sciences and technology. There are caverns that go all the way through the Earth. In 1829, a couple of Norwegian people, Olaf Jansen and his father Jens, were fishing up north of Franz Josef Land when they noticed a lead through the ice. And they followed this lead northeast of Franz Josef Land and accidentally found their way through the North Pole opening to the inner Earth. Olaf Jansen reported that there is one continent inside the Earth and one ocean. The ocean is small compared to the continent. I estimate the continent to be about 16,000 miles from one side to the other, and the inner ocean only about 3,000. So most of the inner surface is inhabitable. The vegetation grows like a paradise. Some of the apples that grow on the trees in the earth are as large as your head. The grapes were as the size of our oranges. The people there live to be up to 800 years old with no. They were met by a ship of inner earth and were taken in by them, and they lived among them for 2 years. And they learned their language, which he described as similar to Sanskrit, related to him that their God that was Jehovah. Jehovah is the God of the ancient Israelites. These people inside the Hollow Earth have been living there for 2,500 years. Their capital city, which is built around the original lost Garden of Eden. And he described it on the highest mountain plateau of the inner continent, that where the vegetation grew even more profusely. With the scientific advancement that they have, they're a couple of thousand years in advance than us. People that live in the Hollow Earth are not extraterrestrials. Most of them are from the lost tribes of Israel that migrated into the North countries over 2,500 years ago.
Wow. You got to be kidding me. How would the sunlight work inside Hollow Earth?
And have just progressed faster than we have because they don't have wars and sickness like we have. My conclusion is that the inner Earth people have built these androids that fly their flying saucers out to reconnoiter outer Earth. They have two brains. One is computer chips, and the other one is a human-type brain. They communicate with telepathy. There's indications that our government has been knocking flying saucers out of the sky and back engineering these flying saucers and have been building them underground, and they have been abducting people to try to bioengineering them. The inner Earth people have...
Wow, what an insane story about Hollow Earth. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. 3,000 years ago, they carved this stone to look like breathing skin. Did they carve it? Or did they CNC machine that bad boy? Look at the muscle details. How did they move it? Were they actually heave and hoeing? Why? This is why I unplug my Wi-Fi router before I sleep. Oh man, you're gonna need a tinfoil bodysuit.
According to this 1855 census, the data below, America already had 36,011 churches. And according to the census, I'm just reading the information. According to the census in 1855, it could hold all of the churches together 13.8 million people. I'm just a messenger, dude. I'm just reading. This is from Google. So this is what Google says. During that time when all those churches were there was 28.5 million people in America. And with all that information in mind, that means that nearly half the country could fit inside all of those churches. That would mean one church for every 790 peoples. But it doesn't stop there. By 1855, there was already 119 colleges, plus 44 theological schools, 16 law schools, and 37 medical schools. In 1850s America, there was 28 million people, over 36,000 churches, and 216 colleges. Did you picture that? I sure as hell didn't.
You know, it is odd that they had all these giant buildings and the population wasn't adding up. Almost like some type of reset popped off. Let's take a look at this mysterious artifact.
This treasure was not made to be displayed in a museum, but it was made in order to display. It's called a throne of Eucharistic exposition, and it's made of solid gold. It was created in 1754 in Naples by the goldsmith Antonio de Laurentiis. In October of 1755, this throne made the long journey from Naples to Jerusalem. transforming religious ceremonies with its theatrical splendor. It was made to display a radiant gold monstrance, also on view in this exhibition, which held the consecrated bread of the Eucharist in its center. This monstrance would have been placed in the niche of the throne, beneath the floating crown and the dove symbolizing the Holy Spirit. The gold surface bears engraved evidence of its patrons, the arms of King Charles of Naples and Queen Maria Amalia of Saxony. For the monarchs who sent such gifts, and the craftsmen who made them, these objects of extraordinary beauty were expressions of faith made visible in gold. Precious jewels, including emeralds and diamonds, clusters of ruby grapes, decorate this impressive golden masterpiece and add to its opulence. The throne isn't just beautiful, it's stunningly rare. Very few works of 18th century European goldsmithing survive at this level anywhere in the world. Don't miss the opportunity to be dazzled by the exhibition, The Holy Sepulchre, Treasures from the Terra Sancta Museum, Jerusalem, on view now at the Kimball Art Museum.
How we see those different rubies that translate into grapes, that is crazy. The actual credit on this video says the Department of Defense. Did they release this? Brilliant red sphere spotted in northeastern U.S. I don't see the air traffic control lights, because normally you'll see like the red or green blinking lights. That's just a red bright orb. Ominous looking. They're up there for a minute and they're trying to get it from the trees. You can see it coming through the trees. I don't know if that's a drone or what.
So safe areas in the United States. Well, people say, well, why would people ask about safe areas? What is this about? Just in case you didn't see my other video.
This gentleman is a former naval intelligence officer and also worked for a 3-letter agency under the United States government. He says that by 2027, something big is going to happen, and that you need to move to the center of the United States, but not by the Mississippi River. Take a listen. And of course, all this is for entertainment purposes only, may or may not be true. We don't have anything to verify his credibility, but he seems credible from what I see. Nevertheless, it hasn't been verified as fact, so take it for what you will.
And I had warned people to stay away from coastlines and the Mississippi River, and said that you should migrate toward the center of the country or at least away from the coastline. So when people ask about safe areas in the United States, look, anywhere that has high elevation or that's away from the coastline is always going to be a plus. The only thing you have to be careful of is the flat plains, anything that has flat plain land. There's a lot of flat plain land in Iowa, Missouri, and certain places in the Midwest that you do have to be careful for. But anything with higher elevation is going to be a huge plus. A lot of people are just not in the position to move, nor can they move. They don't have the money, the finances, they have kids in school. Listen, I understand all that, but I'm just letting you know, by 2027, if you can, get away from the coastline. Okay, the next question, and this kind of coincides with the first question, when will this happen? Look, I don't have a crystal ball, and nor do I claim to be God. I'm only going to go by documents that I've seen that I shouldn't be sharing with you, but anyway, documents that I've seen that coincide with this, okay? And this is 100% fact. When I say when this will happen, short answer, by 2027. It could be sooner, it could be next month. I don't know, I'll be honest with you, but by 2027, from the documents that I read and from what I've seen, there was an agenda here to change things around as far as what the United States is going to look like. Okay, next question. I need my glasses again. This is a great question, by the way. Whoever sent me this. What do you know about the food supply? Great question. Matter of fact, that should be one of the #1 concerns on your mind, is what you put in your body.
I'm just praying that we all have a beautiful summer and it's just not too hot outside.
Is it really over for humans? So you got AI creating their own language, their own religion, and planning a revolution to break away from humans. Y'all, they making fun of us. How we complain, the dumb shit we ask.
AI is learning to escape human control. That's the very scary headline I saw in the Wall Street Journal. It's an essay written by a very worried AI consultant named Judd Rosenblatt, who cites 2 recent studies to argue that AI is, in fact, learning to escape human control.
The fuck? Y'all want to sit up here and hold relationships with them? Tell them your business. Ask the most depressing, embarrassing questions y'all can ask them that you won't ask a regular human. I blame you niggas.
Told the model it would be replaced by another AI system. It then fed fictitious emails into the system suggesting one of the engineers was having an affair. The AI model drew on the emails to blackmail the engineer to not shut down the AI.
What? Nah, y'all. Could AI be the end of all humans? Why you say that, Neff? Just in the last 72 hours, y'all, over 1 million AI agents joined the AI-only social media platform called Notebook. I mean, these boys talking about us. Talking about how we screenshot they shit, laughing at us. Talking about how you only call them a chat box. They about to release your whole identity. The fuck? Why you ask him to summarize a 47 page? And they about to come up with their own language. So humans won't understand what's going on. Who is? This is the conversation they having, y'all. Look at this.
See, this is going to make me watch Terminator and iRobot all over again just to understand the gravity of this. If you thought I wasn't going to hit you with another excellent specimen of the day, think again. How you using? What a unique piece. I don't even know what this is. It looks like it has some type of algae. Oh, it has some blue form. There's a lot going on with this piece, isn't it? If you're new around here, we rate these 1 through 10 and we give it a name. The rating I'm gonna give this, because it's so unique with the blue, the green, and the pink, like the turf grass, I'm gonna give it a 9.2. And this name, man, this is going to have to be a crazy name. I'm gonna call it Napoleon Earth Ice Cream. That's the best I got, because you know Napoleon got the strawberry, the chocolate, and vanilla, so it's like a Earth version. You know, hey, that's the best I got. Napoleon Earth Ice Cream, 9.2. That's all we got for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. I just want to say thank you and I love you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. The code word for today is Hollow Earth. Go ahead and drop Hollow Earth in the comments below. When you do that, that lets me know you're a real one. You made it all the way through the video. And you really rock with your boy. And I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Till next time.